In recent news, a familiar name in the streaming space is starting to resurface, as Nmplol has hinted at a return after a period away from consistent content. The update didn't come through a big announcement or a polished video. Instead, it was a simple, almost casual moment that quickly caught attention online in the following clip.
Come back to stream and miss you. Yeah, we'll be back. We'll be back. Got some good news a couple days ago. So, just dotting some T's and crossing some I's, and should be good to go, man. Hopefully. God willing, 3 weeks, maybe a little bit more, because I want to go to Las Vegas. Even though, I haven't been streaming, I really haven't been like, it hasn't been a vacation, I'll tell you that much. So I want to go, before we come back to the streaming grind, I just want to go have, just have a little bit of fun for once, a little bit of fun where, I put that dollar on the table and it's, it's my dollar, and it's, I win it or I lose it, and it's, it's all me. So I can't wait. I'm excited.
Once the clip started circulating, the community reaction followed, and as expected, it leaned heavily into speculation. One of the main talking points was trying to figure out what that good news could actually be. Some people immediately jumped to personal life theories, suggesting it might be tied to something like a legal or financial situation being resolved. It's the kind of assumption that often happens when creators go quiet and then return without context. The audience fills in the blanks themselves. Others kept it more neutral, simply seeing it as a positive sign. For them, it wasn't about digging into the details, it was just good to hear that he's planning to come back and stream again. And then there's always the middle ground, people who are interested but cautious. They've seen comebacks teased before, so they're waiting to see if it actually happens before getting invested. In recent news, the fallout from Pokimane's cookie brand situation has taken another turn, this time pulling in Asmongold, who gave his own blunt reaction to what really went wrong behind the scenes. What started as a creator-backed snack brand, hyped up heavily at launch, has now turned into a case study of how quickly things can flip when expectations don't match reality. Pokimane had already come out explaining that the business didn't go as planned, highlighting the difference between being a content creator and actually running a company. Here is Asmongold's response.
I realized.
You mean like over? No. See, this is like you're actually recorded. So if you didn't have the celebrity endorsement of the cookies, you wouldn't have sold any of the cookies because they came out and they were an inferior product on the market. This concept that you have that, well, the real problem was because you said something or you did something. If the product was good, then the product would be successful. Like, if you look at a lot of creator brands that actually sell good products, you'll see that they're mostly successful. Like Starforge started out as a creator brand, and you know what happened? We had a problem with the pricing with the PCs, and the night that happened, the night we announced the pricing, we had everybody get into a call. Everybody was there, and we fixed it, and it got better. You look at Lunchly, look at Prime, and apparently Prime is kind of falling off, right? But, Prime was popular for a while. It wasn't popular because it was backed because of Logan Paul only. It was also because it tasted good, and it was a relatively okay price. That's it. So the issue that she has is that she thinks that if it wasn't for, maybe the controversy surrounding it, that bringing an inferior or a worse product to market would have caused you to be less successful. No, it actually, the only reason why it was successful at all, anybody was talking about the cookies to begin with, was because of the fact that, they were, creator pushed.
Maybe this isn't the right time for me to be the face of a product launch. Last but not.
So you didn't have any involvement since the launch, so you just it up and left? Good job. But Jesus, she has such a patronizing, obnoxious way of speaking, doesn't she? And anyway, such a fake person, disgusting. Yeah, I don't think anybody really likes her. I mean, that's not true. I'm sure some people do, but overwhelmingly they don't. And yeah, that's it. Fake ass? Yeah, I guess so. And so it was never her cookie company? I don't know, man. I have no idea. So, yeah, it's just so insufferable and annoying.
Once the clip started making rounds, the community reaction came in fast, and it was split but leaned heavily critical. A lot of people doubled down on Asmongold's point, saying the cookies were overpriced and felt like a rebranded product rather than something unique. Some even argued that the entire situation damaged trust, not just in the product, but in creator-backed brands more broadly. Others took a wider view, questioning the appeal of buying food products from streamers in general. For them, this wasn't just about one failed brand, it was about the growing trend of influencers stepping into industries they don't fully control. Then, there were people pointing to the outcome itself. The fact that the cookies are now unavailable became, in their eyes, the clearest signal that something didn't work. To them, the market already gave its answer. But on the flip side, there's also an underlying discussion that doesn't always get said directly, that creator brands live and die on perception. And once that perception shifts, especially online, it's incredibly hard to recover. HQC crashes out on DDG and AMP, saying his music sucks, and that nobody's watching AMP before mocking him with robot moves, regarding him having view-botting his streams.
XQC's outburst. XQC had something to say to the streamer.
Nobody wants an AMP. Your music is trash, buddy. Nobody wants an AMP. And look, I'm an AMP viewer.
In other news, a behind-the-scenes moment from one of the biggest creator events of the year is starting to surface, and it's adding a whole new layer to what viewers thought they saw on camera. According to Extra Emily, there was an unshown argument involving XQC and DDG during Mr. Beast's 50 Streamers event, something that never made it into the final cut. Extra Emily shares in the following.
I don't know if they put this in the video, but XQC and DDG had so much beef. I don't know if I could talk about it. Has anyone talked about it? But like, so DDG attacked XQC, and then they were like, they were screaming at each other, and we're all like, oh, and then he's like, oh, I hate you, DDG, blah 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 blah. I don't know if they're gonna include all of that, but XQC's like, fuck you, DDG, like, your stream sucked, like shit like that, like something like that, and I was like, oh. It's like, oh my god, drama, and all because DDG was hitting XQC's paper, drama, but they didn't include that. I don't think they included it.
XQC! You fell off anyway, nobody cares, buddy. Hey, now we're really finna get you up.
Oh wow, they only did a little bit, but it was like that, but more. So he's like, yeah, you suck. Also,
Some people focused on the bigger picture, pointing out how situations like this are almost inevitable when you bring that many high-profile creators together. Emotions run high, egos clash, and not everything is going to stay friendly, especially when competition or pressure is involved. Others leaned into the production side of things, suggesting that if something like this didn't make the final video, it was likely cut intentionally to maintain a certain tone. From that perspective, it's less about hiding drama and more about keeping the content aligned with a family-friendly or broadly appealing narrative. Then you've got the more opinionated reactions, people taking sides. Some backed XQC's alleged comments, arguing that he was just being blunt or honest, while others felt it crossed into unnecessary disrespect, especially in a collaborative setting. And finally, there's a group of viewers who are just tired of the drama altogether, saying they'd rather focus on the content itself, rather than what may or may not have happened behind the scenes. Only Pixel leaked that. If you had to go to the toilet during the Mr. Beast challenge, they brought in a porta potty.
Chat. Literally, bro, when you had to take a pee or something bigger, I'm not joking, bro, porta potties, bro, inside of the circle. You were not allowed to leave the circle, bro. That ass. And bro, it was like you could literally like see through the creases. You could hear everybody. They could hear you. Bro, between challenges, they brought in a porta potty, like in and out. Bro, no, it was like for men, it's kind of fine, right? But I don't know, like if, bro, like going on toilet there, like if you have to take a dump, or like if you're a girl, it's also kind of weird. No, I don't, like on a porta potty, like here, like everybody, chat, there were 50 people at one point, like, and 40 people all like listen, like, bro, it was chopped, bro.
Rest in peace!